What's a scary science fact that the public knows nothing about? Serious. 1. Every fossil we have likely represents only less than 1% of every species that lived on Earth. Most species are completely lost to time with no proof they even existed. 2. Scientists are warning that antibiotic resistance could make routine surgeries extremely risky again. 3. One of, if not the most problematic consequence of air pollution is not long-term climate change, the way you imagine it, at least. A higher concentration of CO2 and CO in the atmosphere, as well as higher temperatures, is slowly turning the oceans more acidic. We're a few pH points away from oceans becoming too acidic to be hospitable for countless sea creatures, but most notable of all, various phytoplankton and algae. That is to say, we are obliterating the habitat of the creatures that generate approximately 70% of the Earth's oxygen supply. My only hope is that they adapt or evolve fast enough. Edit, this is getting larger than I figured, so some probably needed further explanation. 1. It is unlikely we will all suffocate to death due to this. 2. When I say a few points of pH, I mean dropping from about 8 to 7.9 to 7.8 in 75 years. But this is still really bad because pH is a logarithmic scale. 4. A drug could suddenly become unmanufacturable, as happened to ritonavir in the 90s. 5. Polar bears are one of the rare animals that will actively hunt people. Not chase, hunt. 6. It would take you about 2 hours to walk out of our breathable atmosphere if you could walk straight up. 7. The only reason malaria isn't endemic in the USA anymore is mosquito control. Not any new drugs or anything like that. We used to have summer malaria epidemics all the way up into the New England states, as well as yellow fever, which is a hemorrhagic fever like Lassa and Ebola. The thing keeping them out is mosquito control. Which relies on all of us. I look at the empathy and social responsibility displayed everywhere and don't feel particularly optimistic about malaria not becoming endemic again within my lifetime in the USA. 8. Ever hear of rogue planets? They are planets that are zooming around the Milky Way independent of a star system. It's hard to get an accurate number due to the random nature, but they have an estimate. In the Milky Way alone, rogue planets outnumber the stars 7 to 1. What's even more wild, rogue planets weren't discovered until the year 2000. Or late 1999, not only are they hard to track and study, we've only been recording data about them for a little over 25 years. 9. Prions. Everything about them is nightmare fuel. 10. In the unlikely event that we're in a false vacuum, at any time a real vacuum could spontaneously form somewhere in the universe and begin expanding at the speed of light until it reaches us and everything would end instantaneously. No warning, no time to even realize what's happening, just poof.